think about this. Controlled demolitions cannot be engineered and rigged in a day. It takes months. And therefore, this event must have been planned in advance.
You hear that? Keep your eye on that building. It'll be coming down.
The building is about to blow up. Moving back. We are walking back. There's a building about to blow up.
Did they actually use the word brought down, and who was it that was telling you this?
In the fire department, and they did use the word, we're going to have to bring it down. They did use it.
So he doesn't know how to fly, he doesn't know how to speak English, and even so, he manages to get a plane 95,000 times heavier than the one that he used to not fly, because he was really bad, and manages to do an incredible spiral, downward spiral, okay, all the way into the face of the Pentagon. Impossibility. And this is the best pilot they had. It is an impossibility. Not even me right now with 12,000 hours, okay, not even me would be, basically, on a good day, I would manage to do it, okay? But on a bad day, without a coffee, probably I will miss, okay, the Pentagon, maybe because I will dive the plane into the ground, because we also had to speak about the final profile that he flew, which is also unbelievable. Not even, okay, the best aerobatic pilots could do that, okay? Bueno, let's go with this. There you go. This is the amazing, the last stone, no, the last amazing thing. August 2001, okay? Remember, this is just 1 month before this kid will fly a plane like a fighter pilot and smash it into the Pentagon. And this is what they told him, okay? Hanjour, my friend, goes to Freeway Airport in Maryland, and he tries to rent a single-engine Cessna airplane, just like the one I showed you at the beginning. That's why I told you this is a Cessna 152, the one that I used to train kids on. 2 instructors take him on 3 test runs. So let me ask you, what do you think that happened? Fail. Okay. Pues he is not allowed to rent one of their planes without more lessons. Why? Because although it appears he logged 600 hours, nobody knows where he took that training, because there are no records of that. So it's a lie. He says, let me see this, no, experience, he possesses a valid pilot license. He refuses to provide contact information, and due to his poor skills, therefore, he is not allowed to rent the airplane. Poor skills flying a plane. That's it? 5 minutes? Okay. This is a funny statement, okay? And then he retracted of this statement. There is no doubt in my mind that once got going, he could have pointed that airplane at the building. That pointed the plane at the building. Okay. Well, that's impossible, because you don't only need to fly the airplane. You need also to manage the flight management system, which is a computer in the airplane, which is not programmed to do the maneuver that Hanjour did. I say this because many people say, what if he just flew on autopilot and he just programmed the plane to fly the plane into the Pentagon? Okay. I do that, I fly an airplane that has an FMS. It's called a flight management system. And it is all the systems, all the navigation systems put together with the autopilot so that the plane will be able to do something. That's impossible, because a maneuver, descending spiral, okay, with 260 degree turn, descending, increasing the speed, okay, down and losing 2,500 feet, the autopilot is not, you can't program the autopilot to do that. It's not feasible, okay? Because on those dates, the FMS of the 757 wasn't able to do that. And then you want me to believe that after being denied, okay, a Cessna 152, 1 month later, he's going to take, okay, a plane and smash it into the Pentagon? I tell you that, no, that's not possible. Okay, instrument pilot syllabus. What I'm going to talk you basically is I'm going to just take you really quick through what a logbook is, basically. And it's this small book in which you log all your flying hours and all the, Comments that your flying instructors want to tell you or certify that Mr. Edjang has satisfactorily completed the course of instrument required by blah, 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 blah. Okay? And this is the funny thing about Hanjour and his logbooks. Remember the 250 hours we talked about at the beginning to get your private pilot, your commercial license? This is the logbook of Hanjour. This is the same thing that you have here. This is mine, and that's his. And you'll see that it has the same layout. Okay, this is the upper portion of it. Okay, and this would be the down portion of it, just like a regular logbook. Okay, and we see that he let me see what it is. Down here, we see that he has 249.7 hours of flight. Okay, with these, in 99 he gets his commercial license. 98, 99. This is his commercial license. Okay, the same one I have. I have an ATP, an airliner license, and this is Hani Salem Hanjour. So he really actually got a license, and with that he went to get, this is the, remember the medical, the first certificate that was expired, so he shouldn't be flying. With this he enrolls on a, Hani Hanjour is attending classes at our facility, okay, to do what? To get a 737 sim ride. So we actually have all the evidence over there. But if you look here, how many hours he had? 250. And he enrolls on the course on 2000. So in 2000 he had just 250 hours, and they want to also ask to believe that, like we said, like the government says, he logged close to 600 hours. That's untrue. That's untrue. Otherwise, he would have had to fly almost every single day of the year, 2 hours of flight. And there are no records of that. So he enrolls on the course, and this is the funny thing. He even pays for it, okay? He gets 12 hours paid. This is the JECTEC International Aviation Center, where they call the FAA 5 times to say that this guy doesn't have a freaking clue about English, even less about planes. And then these are the notes when he gets the check ride done. And I'm going to read this to you, and that's the last thing I'm going to read, okay? And it's really funny. I don't think you can read it. Hani Hanjour, practice oral evaluation given. Student made numerous errors during performance problem, including a lack of understanding of some basic concepts. The same was true during review of his system knowledge. So he doesn't have a clue on systems, doesn't know what an airplane is, and he doesn't know how an airplane flies and what you have to do to load an airplane and get it into the air. He says the root cause of is most likely due to the student's lack of experience. Oh, wow. Some of the concepts involved in large jet systems cannot be fully comprehended by someone with only a small prop plane experience. The lack of progress is not a question of knowledge as much as experience. Hani absorbed a great deal of information and is very intelligent, of course. But the more, but to move beyond the comprehension level, okay, Hani needs more experience to reach the application level. I doubt his ability to pass an FAA oral at this time. March 2001, okay? March 9, 2001, with 250 hours, real, 250 hours, real, stated on his logbook, and also on the application for this school. And he's going to get a test now again, okay? Not 600 hours, 250. In Hani's fourth sim session, we did pre-flight and normal start, hot start, takeoff, climb, departure, steep turns, stalls. These are all maneuvers that you train on the simulator, so that's great. It sounds like logical. And he was a rudimentary. He has a rudimentary level of ability based on his limited flight time. Again, he seemed unsure of procedures. Okay, so he will kill somebody, but not crossing the plane into the Pentagon, but just mainly, simply because he's going to cross the plane because he doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, and then
in some cases.
in some cases, he seems unsure of procedure in some cases and fail to properly identify and correct a hot start. Basic aircraft control was marginal. Basic aircraft control. I mean, this is not me making this up. It's a guy in 2001, in March 9, that is saying, and flight instructor saying, take this kid back to school because he doesn't know a thing about planes. And then I have to believe this. What is this? Somebody can tell me exactly what is this? You see the loan right in front of it? Not a single scratch? So I have to believe that a kid with 250 hours, I don't know what Emirates is doing, but they're losing a lot of money because they're asking for pilots to have 4,000 to roll in. I don't know what Jet 2 is doing, asking for pilots for at least 1,000 hours and 500 on time because they're wasting money. Because they could just place a kid with 250 hours as Hanjour, as bad as he was, okay? It'll be cheap, but at least he will be able to fly the plane. Bullshit. He had to fly the airplane, and in the last basically mile, he had to dive the airplane so that he would push, okay, the yoke of the airplane, the controls, and basically he will feel a force of G's. We talk about it today of about 9 G's for 1 second, 2 seconds and 4 decimals, okay? So all the blood will go to his brain and then pull of that plane to level off right above the grass, okay? Basically 10 metros, that'll be about 30 feet, okay? 30 feet. It went down, felt 9 G's, so he just almost, banged his head into the ceiling. Then he pulled up again, and then he felt 6 G's, okay, enough for me to just fall asleep. And then he flew straight and level, basically, for half a mile without a scratch, at full speed, 800 kilometers, 500 miles. And then he crossed the plane into this hole. Absolutely, yes, I do believe it. And that, after this review.
And he missed all the lampposts.
Yeah, yeah. But remote control, I don't know. I just don't want to speculate, but I just want to go through the basics, okay? And I've been an instructor, and I managed to get a kid from Egypt that actually then later on was in jail, in question. And he flew about 40 hours. And I managed, without being able to, solo an aircraft, and a small one. And after 8 hours, I was able just to at least make him fly a flight pattern, okay? But that's, as good as it gets. You cannot do this in March, not understanding what you're doing, not being able even to identify your flight controls, and then flying an airplane like an experienced pilot. Well, thank you. That's it. Yep.